So, so this move it's all psychological. I'm learning because, the chips are are going to be under my arm when I do the move. They're going to be laying under my arm, and my arm's going to be completely covering. So I'm going to do the move. I'm going to switch the chips, and then I'm going to go out, touch the dealer's hand, and said, "Hey, you paid me wrong. What is this crap?" And then what the dealer sees is the $500 chips in the betting circle with the $500 chip on top and a whole bunch of $500 chips underneath. Now, I'm explaining it to you now as if I already done it because I have, hundreds of times. But in the chronological order of this story, I haven't done it yet. So I'm like recounting this as he's telling me. So you got to imagine like, okay, I'm sitting at a training table in his apartment and he's showing me the move and he's showing me this is, what we're going to do or what I'm going to do, to kind of like break my cherry, if you know what I mean. But then he really he twisted on me. He says, but that's not the first move we're going to do because that's maybe too much for you to lay and claim the same move. Lay meaning doing the switch with the chips, and claim is saying, hey, you paid me wrong. So, so I immediately learned there's two stages to a casino cheating move. There's the lay of the move, meaning you're putting the move in, and there's the claim of the move, claiming the money that you're trying to get from the casino that you really are not supposed to get, but you're claiming that you made a legitimate bet when you didn't. So then he says, so what we're going to do, we're going to do the same principle, but we're going to do it on a craps table. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to a craps table, and he says to me, I am going to be the mechanic, meaning Joe. Joe's going to be the mechanic. He's going to go to a craps table. He's going to bet 3 red chips, $5 on the pass line. And then I'm going to stand behind him holding in my hand a fistful of $500 chips, like 10,000 worth, right? A whole stack of $2,500 chips in my hand. That's 10,000. And I'm just going to stand behind him, and he's going to bet $15. And when that bet wins, he's going to switch out the $15 he originally bet, and he's going to switch the chips and lay in 2 $500 chips with a $5 chip on top. And then he's going to crawl out of his spot, and I'm going to replace him, and I'm going to jump in. I'm going to put my $10,000 in backup chips, $500 chips, $10,000 worth, right? That's 20 chips in the player's rack on the craps table, and I'm going to yell, "Hey, you paid me wrong. What is this crap?" as I touch the dealer's hand to create that psychological shock. Because remember, dealers never get touched when they're paying. So when somebody goes out and touches their hand, even a little finger tap like that, it's the equivalent of getting hit in the head with a baseball bat. Now, I'm sitting there listening to all this. Remember, in the chronological events here, the order of the story, I haven't done anything yet. I'm talking to you like as if this were 45 years ago, and I'm sitting here listening to Joe tell me all this.